The distillation is stirring in the soup pot, a rich aroma of agusi and smoked fish wafting through Mama Ngozi's small kitchen in Ajegunle. Her wooden spoon swirls the thick broth, steam rising like a spirit from the pot. The widow, her wrapper tied tightly, hums a familiar Yoruba hymn. Her neighbors, drawn by the scent, peek through her open window, whispering. "What makes her soup so special?" they murmur. Ngozi's hands, steady and practiced, hide a secret, one that's kept her family fed and her reputation golden. But today, someone watches too closely. Iyabazi, the market gossip, lingers outside Ngozi's window, her eyes narrowing. She's tasted Ngozi's soup at community gatherings, always perfect, always drawing praise. "How does a widow afford such ingredients?" she mutters, clutching her basket. Her son, Tunde, tugs at her wrapper, bored. "Mama, let's go," he whines. But Iyabazi is hooked, her mind racing with suspicion. She's heard rumors. Ngozi's late husband left no money, yet her pot never runs dry. Determined to uncover the truth, she vows to watch Ngozi's every move, her curiosity a spark ready to ignite trouble. Ngozi strides through Ajegunle's bustling market, her empty basket swinging. Traders call out, offering tomatoes and fresh peppers, but she moves with purpose, heading for Mama Chukwu's stall. The old trader, her face wrinkled like dried yam, hands Ngozi a small, unmarked sack. "Same as always," she whispers. Ngozi slips coins into Mama Chukwu's palm. Iyabazi, hiding behind a pile of plantains, squints. "What's in that sack?" she wonders. The exchange is quick, almost secretive. Ngozi tucks the sack under her wrapper and hurries home, unaware of the shadow trailing her. Back in her kitchen, Ngozi locks the door and opens the sack. Inside, no ordinary spices, just small, shimmering leaves, unlike anything sold in the market. She crushes them, their scent sharp and unfamiliar, and sprinkles them into the pot. The soup bubbles, its color deepening. "This is for you, Chidi," she whispers, glancing at a faded photo of her late husband. The leaves, a gift from his village herbalist, were his secret. They stretch ingredients, making her soups divine. But their origin is sacred, forbidden to outsiders. Ngozi stores, her heart heavy with duty. The community gathers for the weekly potluck, tables groaning under plates of jollof rice and pounded yam. Ngozi's agusi soup, as always, is the star. Neighbors queue, bowls in hand, praising her skill. "Mama Ngozi, you must teach us," Sister Amaka laughs. Ngozi smiles, deflecting. Iyabazi, bowl in hand, watches Ngozi serve, her eyes scanning for clues. "Why does she guard that pot so closely?" she thinks. Tunde, her son, spills soup on his shirt, distracting her. The crowd's chatter drowns her suspicions, but Iyabazi's resolve hardens. She'll uncover Ngozi's secret. By evening, Iyaboze spreads her doubts like wildfire. At the hair salon, she leans close to Madame Kemi. "Ngozi's soup isn't natural," she hisses. "She buys strange things from Mama Chukwu." Kimi, braiding a customer's hair, gasps. "You think it's juju?" The rumor leaps from shop to shop. Ngozi's soup is bewitched, her prosperity unnatural. Some laugh it off, but others, struggling to feed their own families, listen. Ngozi, oblivious, cleans her kitchen, humming. Her son, Emeka, bursts in, excited about school. She smiles, unaware of the storm brewing outside. The next morning, Iyaboze knocks on Ngozi's door, her face stern. "We need to talk," she says, stepping inside uninvited. Ngozi, stirring her pot, freezes. "What's this about?" she asks. Iyaboze points at the pot. "Your soup. What's in it? People are talking." Ngozi's heart races, but her voice is calm. "Just agusi, fish, and love," she says, forcing a smile. Iyabose scoffs, unconvinced. I saw you at Mama Chuku's stall. What's in that sack? Ngozi's grip tightens on her spoon. She can't reveal the truth, not yet. That night, Ngozi sits by her lantern, staring at Chidi's photo. She remembers their trip to his village, where an herbalist gifted them the leaves. These will bless your home, he'd said, warning they must remain secret. The leaves, tied to ancient traditions, weren't juju, just a rare plant that enhanced flavors and stretched meals. Chidi swore to protect their source, and now Ngozi carries that burden. She prays for strength, knowing Iyabose won't stop. Emeka sleeps nearby, his soft snores grounding her. I'll protect our legacy, she whispers, resolve hardening. Iyabose enlists Tunde in her quest. Watch Mama Ngozi's house, she instructs. Tunde, reluctant but curious, hides behind a mango tree, peering at Ngozi's window. He sees her pour something into the pot, but it's too dark to tell what. Mama, it's just soup, he reports, frustrated. Iyabose shakes her head. You're not looking hard enough. She decides to take matters into her own hands, planning to sneak into Ngozi's kitchen. Her obsession grows, fueled by jealousy and fear. The neighborhood buzzes with her rumors, dividing loyalties. Under moonlight, Iyabose creeps to Ngozi's house, her heart pounding. The door is unlocked, a careless mistake. She slips inside, the kitchen dark except for the glow of embers under the pot. The sack from Mama Chuku sits on a shelf. Trembling, Iyabose opens it, expecting charms or potions. Instead, she finds dried leaves. Their scent strange, but not sinister. Confused, she pockets a handful, determined to investigate. As she turns to leave, a floorboard creaks. Ngozi stands in the doorway, her eyes wide with shock. What are you doing here? She demands. Into my home. Iyabose, clutching the leaves, stammers, I needed to know. She accuses Ngozi of witchcraft, waving the leaves as evidence. Ngozi snatches them back, her face fierce. These are no curse, they're a gift, a tradition. She explains their purpose, stretching meals, honoring Chidi's memory, but not their sacred origin. Iyabose, unconvinced, threatens to tell the neighborhood. You'll regret this, she hisses, storming out. Ngozi sinks to the floor, the weight of her secret crushing her. She must act fast. Iyabose calls a neighborhood meeting, her voice loud in the community hall. Mama Ngozi's soup is dangerous, she declares, holding up the stolen leaves. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Some, like Sister Amaka, defend Ngozi. She's fed us for years. Others, swayed by Iyabose's fervor, demand answers. Ngozi arrives, her head high despite her fear. I've done no harm, she says, her voice steady. My soup is made with love and a family gift. She hesitates, unsure how much to reveal. The crowd murmurs, torn between trust and suspicion. To quell the rumors, Sister Amaka suggests a test. Let Ngozi cook for us here with no secrets. The crowd agrees. Ngozi, though nervous, accepts. At the hall, she sets up her pot, using ordinary ingredients, egusi, fish, peppers. She leaves the special leaves at home, praying her skill is enough. Emeka, helping his mother, whispers, "You can do this, Mama." Ngozi nods, determined to prove her worth without the leaves, her hands steady. The soup is served, bowls passed around the hall. Neighbors sip cautiously, expecting disappointment. To their surprise, it's delicious, not as magical as before, but still Ngozi's. Sister Amaka claps. See, no juju here. Iyabose, tasting it, frowns. It's not the same, she insists, but her allies waver. Ngozi explains, "My husband taught me to cook with heart. That's my secret." The crowd softens, some apologizing. But Iyabose, humiliated, storms out, vowing revenge. Ngozi exhales, relieved but wary. The leaves remain her burden, their true power still hidden. At home, Iyabose examines the leaves she stole, her mind racing. She tries crushing them, sniffing, even tasting one, bitter, strange. Desperate to replicate Ngozi's success, she sneaks to her own kitchen and adds them to her soup. The pot bubbles, but the smell is off, the color dull. Frustrated, she serves it to Tunde, who spits it out. "Mama, this is bad," he cries. Iyabose realizes the leaves are useless without Ngozi's knowledge. Her jealousy deepens, pushing her toward a reckless plan to expose Ngozi's source. Ngozi visits Mama Chukwu, confessing the theft. The old trader sighs. "Those leaves are tied to your husband's lineage. Misused, they bring trouble." She reveals their origin, a sacred grove in Chidi's village guarded by tradition. "You must protect them," Mama Chukwu warns. Ngozi nods, guilt gnawing at her. She should have been more careful. Emeka, waiting outside, senses her worry. "Mama, what's wrong?" he asks. She smiles weakly, shielding him. Back home, she hides the remaining leaves in a locked box, praying Iyabose's meddling won't curse them all. Determined to safeguard her secret, Ngozi travels to Chidi's village, Emeka in tow. The bus rattles along dusty roads, the air thick with heat. At the village, they meet Baba Olu, the herbalist who gifted the leaves. His hut smells of roots and smoke. "You've been careless," he scolds, his eyes sharp. He explains the leaves' power. They amplify skill, but demand respect. If misused, they spoil more than soup. Ngozi begs for guidance. Baba Olu hands her a charm to protect the leaves, warning her to trust no one. Back in Ajegunle, Ngozi feels renewed, the charm tucked in her wrapper. But trouble awaits. Iyabose has rallied a small group, including Baba Tunde, the local drunk, to confront Ngozi again. They bang on her door, demanding the truth about the leaves. Emeka, scared, clings to her. "Leave us alone," Ngozi shouts, her voice fierce. Sister Amaka arrives, dispersing the crowd. "Enough of this nonsense," she snaps. Iyabose retreats, but her eyes burn with spite. Ngozi clutches the charm, knowing the battle isn't over. She must protect her family. Iyabose, desperate, sneaks into Ngozi's kitchen again, this time with a plan. She finds the locked box but can't open it. Instead, she pours salt into Ngozi's spice jar, hoping to ruin her next soup. "Let's see her explain this," she mutters, slipping away. The next day, Ngozi cooks for a church event, unaware of the sabotage. As she serves, the first guest spits out the soup, grimacing. "Too salty!" The crowd murmurs, disappointed. Ngozi tastes it, her heart sinking. Someone has tampered with her ingredients. Suspicion falls on Iyabose. Ngozi confronts Iyabose at the market, her voice shaking with anger. "You ruined my soup!" Iyabose feigns innocence, but her smug smile betrays her. "Prove it," she taunts. The crowd gathers, sensing drama. Sister Amaka steps in, urging calm. "Ngozi, we know your heart. This isn't you." Emeka, holding his mother's hand, glares at Iyabose. Ngozi takes a deep breath, refusing to let anger win. "I'll cook again, and no one will stop me." The crowd cheers, but Iyabose's resentment festers, her next move already forming. Ngozi prepares for another community feast, this time under scrutiny. She checks every ingredient, locks her kitchen, and prays over her pot. Without the leaves, she relies on her skill, channeling Chidi's lessons. The soup simmers, its aroma drawing neighbors. Iyabose attends, skeptical but curious. As bowls are filled, the crowd sighs in delight. "This is Mama Ngozi," Sister Amaka exclaims. Even Iyabose, tasting it, pauses. It's not magical, but it's honest, heartfelt. For a moment, her jealousy wavers. Ngozi smiles, her reputation restored, but her secret still safe. Guilt gnaws at Iyabose. That night, she visits Ngozi, her head bowed. "I salted your spices," she admits, tears falling. "I was jealous." Ngozi, surprised, listens as Iyabose confesses her struggles, her own family's hunger, her shame. "I thought your soup was a trick." Ngozi softens, seeing her neighbor's pain. "We're all trying to survive," she says. She doesn't reveal the leaves, but offers to teach Iyabose to cook. "Let's help each other." Iyabose nods, humbled. For the first time, they share a tentative smile, a crack in their feud. Scene: Ngozi invites Iyabose to her kitchen, Emeka and Tunde playing nearby. She shows Iyabose how to balance spices, knead yam, and stir with patience. It's not about secrets, but love. Iyabose, clumsy at first, listens, her hands learning. The soup they make is simple, but good. Tunde claps, tasting it. "Mama, you did it!" Iyabose laughs, a rare sound. Ngozi watches, hopeful. The leaves stay hidden, but sharing her skill feels right. The neighborhood notices their truce, whispers of witchcraft fading into talk of unity. Scene 25. Ngozi and Iyabose start cooking together for community events, their pots side by side. Neighbors marvel at the change. "From enemies to sisters," Sister Amaka jokes. The soups, though different, complement each other. Ngozi's rich, Iyabose's hearty. Emeka and Tunde, now friends, help serve. Ngozi still uses the leaves sparingly, their secret safe, but her focus shifts to teaching others. Iyabose, no longer jealous, finds pride in her growing skill. The neighborhood feels warmer, meals shared with laughter, but a shadow lingers. Someone else knows about the leaves. A man, Mr. Okan, arrives in Ajegunle, claiming to be a food trader. He tastes Ngozi's soup at a feast and presses her for her recipe. "This could sell across Lagos," he says, his smile too sharp. Ngozi deflects, uneasy. Iyabose, overhearing, warns her. "He's not what he seems." Mr. Okan visits Mama Chukwu's stall, asking about Ngozi's supplies. The old trader, loyal, says nothing. Ngozi, sensing danger, clutches her charm. The leaves' sacred origin could be at risk if Mr. Okan digs deeper. She resolves to protect them, no matter the cost. Mr. Okan, undeterred, questions neighbors, offering cash for information. Babatunde, tempted, mentions the leaves Iyabose stole. "Strange, shiny things," he slurs. Okan's eyes gleam. He tracks Iyabose, pressuring her. "Tell me about Ngozi's secret." Iyabose, loyal now, refuses. "There's no secret," she lies. Frustrated, Okan visits the market, watching Mama Chukwu. Ngozi, aware of his probing, grows anxious. Emeka notices her worry. "Mama, who's that man?" he asks. She hugs him, whispering, "No one we can't handle." But her fear grows. Okan's too close. Ngozi devises a plan to mislead Okan. She asks Iyabose to spread a rumor. Her soup's magic comes from a common spice, not leaves. Iyabose, eager to help, tells the market gossips. Okan overhears, buying the spice in bulk, convinced he's cracked the code. He cooks, expecting miracles, but the soup is bland. Furious, he confronts Ngozi. "You tricked me." She stands firm. "My soup is my own. Leave us be." Okan, humiliated, threatens to expose her. Ngozi prays the charm will protect her secret, her heart racing. Okan returns with a crowd, accusing Ngozi of deceit. "She's hiding something," he shouts. The neighborhood, now loyal to Ngozi, defends her. Sister Amaka steps forward. "You're the outsider here. Leave." Iyabose, bold, admits her past jealousy. "I was wrong about Ngozi. She's one of us." The crowd cheers, drowning Okan's protests. Defeated, he slinks away. His scheme failed. Ngozi, relieved, thanks her neighbors. "You're my family," she says, tears in her eyes. The leaves remain safe, their power untouched. But Ngozi knows vigilance is her new reality. To celebrate, Ngozi and Iyabose host a grand feast, their pots overflowing. The neighborhood dances, plates piled high with Agusi and Jollof. Emeka and Tunde lead a children's game, laughter echoing. Ngozi uses the leaves one last time, their magic subtle but warm. Iyabose, tasting it, smiles knowingly. She's learned enough to not need them. Sister Amaka raises a toast. To unity. The crowd roars. Ngozi looks at Chitty's photo, feeling his presence. The feast binds Ajegunle tighter, suspicions replaced by trust. But Ngozi remains cautious, her secret still hers. Late that night, Ngozi sits with Emeka, the charm in her hand. "This kept us safe," she says, explaining its power without mentioning the leaves. Emeka, wise beyond his years, nods. "Mama, you're the real magic." She laughs, hugging him. The kitchen, once a battleground, feels peaceful. Iyabose visits, bringing yam. "For tomorrow's soup," she says. They talk like old friends, planning a cooking class for the youth. Ngozi feels lighter, her burden shared. The leaves, locked away, are less a secret now than a legacy she'll pass carefully. Ngozi and Iyabose launch their class, teaching teens to make soup, fry plantain, and pound yam. Emeka and Tunde demonstrate, earning cheers. The kids, eager, ask questions. "How do you make it so good?" Ngozi smiles. "Practice and heart." She avoids the leaves, focusing on skill. Iyabose, confident now, teaches a pepper soup recipe. The class ends with a mini feast, the kids proud. Sister Amaka films it, posting on WhatsApp. "Ajegunle's future chefs," she captions. Ngozi sees hope in the youth, her legacy growing beyond the leaves. Ngozi and Iyabose partner with Mama Chukwu to sell affordable spices, helping neighbors cook better. The stall buzzes, women swapping recipes. Mama Chukwu, pleased, shares her wisdom. "Food binds us," she says. Ngozi nods, her own secret safe, but her mission clear. Uplift her community. Iyabose, once a gossip, now listens, learning from customers. Emeka and Tunde hand out samples, their friendship a symbol of change. The market feels alive, Ajegunle thriving. Ngozi prays the leaves' power stays hidden, her charm a constant reminder of her duty. A letter arrives from a Lagos chef, claiming to know Ngozi's secret ingredient. He demands she share it or face exposure. Ngozi, alarmed, shows Iyabose. "Another Okan," Iyabose scoffs, but her eyes are worried. They visit Baba Olu, who reads the letter. "Greed never rests," he says, strengthening the charm. He advises Ngozi to ignore the threat, but prepare for trouble. Emeka, overhearing, asks, "Will we be okay?" Ngozi hugs him, always. She burns the letter, but fear lingers. The leaves' allure is a magnet for trouble. Ngozi confides in Sister Amaka, who rallies the neighborhood. "No one threatens Mama Ngozi," she declares. They form a watch group, guarding Ngozi's home. Iyabose trains Tunde to spot strangers. The chef arriving in Ajegunle faces a united front. "We protect our own," Sister Amaka warns. Intimidated, he leaves, his threats empty. Ngozi, moved, thanks her neighbors. "You are my strength." The leaves remain safe, but Ngozi realizes her true power, community. Amaka draws a picture of the feast, captioning it "family." Ngozi frames it, her heart full. Ngozi decides to pass the leaves' secret to Amaka when he's older, ensuring their tradition lives. She writes a journal detailing their use without revealing their source. "For you, when you're ready," she tells him, locking it away. Amaka, curious, promises to learn cooking first. Iyabosi, now a true friend, supports her. "You're building something eternal," she says. They plan a community kitchen, a place for all to cook and learn. Ngozi feels Chidi's spirit guiding her, his love in every pot. The future feels bright, her burden lighter. The kitchen opens, a simple structure funded by neighbors' donations. Ngozi and Iyabos lead the first session, teaching soups and stews. Kids, mothers, even men join, laughter filling the air. Emeka and Tunde serve, proud. Sister Amaka films, dreaming of a YouTube channel. Ajegunle cooks, she pitches. Ngozi uses no leaves, her skill enough. Iyabosi's pepper soup earns applause. The kitchen becomes a hub, binding the community. Ngozi looks at Chidi's photo, whispering, "We did it." The leaves, still hidden, feel less vital. Her neighbors are her true magic. Sister Amaka uploads the kitchen's first video, showcasing Ngozi and Iyabos's cooking. It spreads on WhatsApp, then YouTube, gaining views. "Ajegunle's queens," commenters write. Ngozi, shy, warms to the idea. "If it helps others, I'll do it," she says. Iyabose, bold, loves the camera. They film weekly, teaching recipes and sharing stories. Emeka and Tunde make cameo appearances, charming viewers. The channel grows, inspiring other communities. Ngozi sees it as a new way to honor Chidi, her soups reaching beyond Ajegunle. The leaves stay secret, her heart open. The Lagos chef returns, now a YouTube rival, claiming Ngozi stole his recipe. He challenges her to a cook-off, live-streamed. Ngozi accepts, trusting her skill. At the event, cameras roll as they cook egusi soup. Ngozi, calm, uses no leaves, her hands steady. Iyabos cheers, Emeka by her side. The crowd tastes both soups. Ngozi's wins, its flavor honest, heartfelt. The chef, humbled, admits defeat. "You're the real deal," he says. Ngozi smiles, her reputation sealed. The video goes viral, Ajegunle proud. Her secret remains safe. Ajegunle throws a party, celebrating Ngozi's victory. The community kitchen glows with lanterns, tables laden with food. Ngozi and Iyabos cook side by side, their soups a hit. Emeka and Tunde dance, the crowd joining. Sister Amaka films, the YouTube channel booming. Ngozi looks at her neighbors, once divided, now family. She feels Chidi's presence, his love in every laugh. The leaves, locked away, are a quiet legacy. Ngozi knows her true power. Not the leaves, but the community she's built. The night ends with songs, unity sealed. Moral lesson. Ngozi's journey teaches us that true magic lies in community, not secrets. Her soups, enhanced by sacred leaves, were a gift, but her real strength was her heart, sharing, forgiving, and uniting. Jealousy, like Iyabosi's, can divide, but understanding heals. We all have gifts. It's how we use them that matters. Let's cook together, share our tables, and build stronger neighborhoods. Subscribe to Ajegunle Cooks on YouTube for recipes and stories that inspire unity. Share this tale and let's spread love, one pot at a time.